I'm Bob Goff, and I'm here with former Quincy High basketball coach Sean Taylor. It sounds funny saying that. It's going to be funny saying that for a while. Well, first off, I want to thank you for taking the time. I know it's been busy. I know it's been a bit of a shock. Just and the school board, really, they're not saying much except that, the whole thank you for your service and looking in a different direction. I guess the first thing I want to say is, when were you first given an inkling that the board was leaning in this direction?
Monday night, around Mr. Sanders called me in his office around probably 4 o'clock, and that's the first I heard.
So going into this season, going back into last summer, heading into this season, no inclinations that if you win X number of games or you do X, Y, and Z, we might make a change?
No, none at all.
Did you feel this season, and the season before last was a tough year, finished below 500, but then this year came back and really, you got 15 wins, picked up a postseason win, and really finished the year, 9 of your last 12 or 13 or something like that. I guess coming out of the season, did you think you had some momentum and you're building something good going into next year?
Absolutely, and even last year, we won 16 games, and then Jason breaks his foot, and we lose Cole. So I think 16 wins for that group was great. And then we knew that this year was going to be a young group. We had 5 freshmen and or sophomores that played on the varsity, and whenever you have a young group like that, you're going to have some growing pains, but I thought our senior class was great the entire year, and they just kept on bringing guys along and kept on getting better and better, and because of that, I think we won 9 of our last 13, and beat Alton, who had state ranked at one point in time. I think they were 4th in state.
And a team that had handled you earlier in the year.
Yeah, as had Galesburg. I think of the 6 teams that we played multiple times, we went 5-1 the second time we played them. And I think that just says so much about our guys. They were smart, they made adjustments, they kept on improving. And again, my hat's off to those guys.
You touched on some things in the letter that you sent to all of us in the media. So I think you've said what you said there. So I don't need to go any more detail into that. But when you look at this job, when you came here 11 years ago, as in your position, as a lot of coaches do, you've outlasted multiple superintendents, multiple school board members, multiple principals. And it's like none of the people who hired you were still involved in the process. Do you think that's a factor?
Well, I think it hurt because I think the people that hired me to do a specific job, and what I think it was to restore the reputation, to do it the right way, to win with Quincy kids, to encourage multi-sport athletics, and we did all that. And I think as people have changed now, maybe they just want to win. I think we did win. I think we put a really good product on the court, but we weren't exclusive to Quincy basketball. We didn't just make them do one sport, and so maybe that philosophy is changing.
194 wins over 11 years, of course, in the Hall of Fame. I know this wound is still pretty fresh, but you see yourself coaching basketball again?
I hope so. I think that's my passion. That's what I love doing. I love building teams. I love the relationships we form with players, and so hopefully, God willing, I'll be able to get another job somewhere.
So when again, I guess the bottom line is, after all this is said and done, and your experience in Quincy, what do you want to take away from it and remember about it?
Well, I think the relationships. With players, with students, with coaches. There's so many fabulous people in this town. I had an unbelievable experience. I have nothing but positive things to say about all the people I've been associated with. I've been blessed. Me and my family, and again, my wife and kids. They've been so supportive of me. So it was a really fun ride. Thanks, bud.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for everything.